Cold open? We don't have any cold opens yet. Do you guys want to do one?
Yes, but what can we do?
I don't know. I've never done a cold open before.
We just chat
could just-
about something.
I mean, I started recording already, so I might just use cold open.
Yeah, cold open? Cold open? All right.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Lakers Therapy for Sunday, April 2nd. Today we're going to talk about Lakers being over 500 for the first time in like a year. Lakers' big win over the Wolves. Upcoming schedule, including some big games. So my name is Paul, and with me today is David and Rahi.
Hello, Lakers fans.
All right, let's get into it. You guys want to start talking about this big Wolves game? I think we can start there. Anthony Davis, 38 points. Yeah, a monster game. I think all across the board, the starters played a very solid game. I don't know what do you guys have thoughts on? Where do you guys want to start?
About AD in that game, besides the 38 points, the biggest thing to me was he tweaked his ankle and he got back up and he kept playing. Now let's go evaluate it. Let me go whatever. He kept playing. That's number one for me. So I take that away, and that also led to the rest of the guys bringing it up. Schroeder turned into a really feisty Rottweiler on defense and making really good plays. He brought everyone up.
As a bench point guard, he's very good. Like really talented for a bench. If he was playing like this off the bench a year, he'd get 6 minutes. But he started. Now he's know how that works.
I think it's going to be hard for any of our guys to get any of those nominations because we've had like 50 different starting lineups. Like I think it's kind of hard.
Bench fluid.
Rui was a
Defensively,
I was about
a
to say
monster.
that.
Like he was guarding Cat and he was guarding Gobert. Arguably, their two best players.
I was going to say, like, real quick, Rui was a plus 20, the highest on the team.
Yeah.
You want to say something, Rahi?
Yeah, I was going to say speaking of Rui, he and Vanderbilt's, I guess their versatility, not just offensively but defensively, their youth, their size, their tenacity has been a huge contribution to why we're, I guess, 14-6 since the trade, and why we're the number one defensive rated team in the NBA at the moment since the trade, and why we have a lot of hope going forward as far as the whole team goes.
I think the versatility is huge, and I think hopefully we do get Mo Bamba back soon. I think we're pretty close to be full strength. We have a couple DMPs, of course, like Max Christie. He's kind of he's just kind of there. He's never really called up. But Lonnie Walker doesn't play consistently. But once we get Mo Bamba, I'm curious to see what the 10-man lineup is because I think that's kind of what Ham's going with right now. It's like that 10-man lineup. But right now, Rui's filling a big gap. And Wenyen tries. I really like Wenyen as well. But he's just a different role player. He's not strong enough, I think, for some of those bully.
He's not a center, but he's been filling in admirably. He's been doing great, but he's not the real center. We need Mo Bamba, 7-footer, shot blocker, stretch 5.
When the coaching staff tried out all those bigs that they brought in, and they're like, man, Marcus Cousins isn't better than Wenyen Gabriel right now. What's the point of even paying?
DeMarcus would have been tough. I don't know how he would get much playing time. He's just he could barely move out there when we had him a few years ago.
I get it. Wenyen's doing a good job.
Yeah, it's a shame Thomas Bryant couldn't stick around. He's not exactly doing much better in Denver.
No.
Denver's coach was asked the other day why hasn't he contributed so much, and he goes, "You got to ask him." I don't know. So maybe his attitude's gone a little sour. Maybe he regrets the move to Denver.
I mean, it's not a ring chasing move because we traded him, so it's not. It wasn't. But in the number one spot right now,
behind the number one player.
We haven't even mentioned LeBron James. He's looking like a normal LeBron James right now. He's not like, I don't think he's playing the same minutes. He played 32 minutes. Not playing the same minutes before, which I think is good. Let's not overwhelm him with too many minutes. But 18 points, 10 rebounds, just consistent. I think we're gonna go pretty far as long as he can, remain healthy.
I
Him and
think
AD.
it's a good game if we don't talk about LeBron, because that means
Yeah.
like he's like he put in his numbers. He was at like he had a good performance. He wasn't amazing because someone else did better and carried the load, and he wasn't awful. So if he's just like he plays like LeBron and we don't need to talk about him, that's a good game for him.
Yeah. Yeah. It should be normal for him to be spectacular.
Yeah.
And
Right?
and then we talk about how valuable Reeves or D'Lo or even whoever shows up that game. It's not like we don't love praising Reeves. We love praising Reeves.
Let's talk about Reeves for a second. This dude is fucking on a tear. He too small Patrick Beverly the other day. Another game with 6 free throws. This dude is just continuously he's just attacking the paint and getting calls. I love that guy. He will go out there and just put his body in the line. He'll get smacked around and maybe he'll get a free throw, but he just likes to compete.
I love Reed. It's the same reason I loved Lou Will back when we had him. He's aggressive. He always attacks the basket. He gets to the line all the time.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care if he looks smooth or not doing it.
Yeah.
Get the result. That's it. And he's contributed in every way to the team.
Over his last 10 games, Austin Reeves is averaging 7.8 free throw attempts, which is kind of crazy. He had a couple games where he had like 18 free throws against the Magic, 13 against the Phoenix and Houston. That's pretty crazy. Anthony Davis is averaging 8.6, so they're on like a similar level, which is crazy.
He's getting superstar calls.
He is. I think also I just want to call out, I was watching D'Lo in this game, and it's nice to see finally, after the 3 years we've had, or 3 or 4 years we've had AD, to see him like run down the paint and get the pocket passes from the guards. D'Lo, he had a -2, 12 points, but 10 assists, and I think a lot of those were to like AD, just going down the paint and just, I love that sweet pocket pass, like through the legs or through the bigs. We saw a lot of that in like when he played in New Orleans, and he was just flying and attacking the paint. And it's good to see AD finally getting that opportunity with somebody that can handle the ball.
This was a night where he was like, "Oh, okay, my shots aren't, and so I'm just gonna get everyone else going. And once I get everyone else going, all I'm gonna do is just hype them up." He was trying to like raise up the crowd, and like it wasn't our home court. Yeah, he was just trying to bring it. So I really enjoyed how he's matured personally and the way he plays the game.
And he loves being a Laker. The Wolves gave him a tribute video during that game, and I don't think he could have cared less because he's happy to be on the Lakers and win. And maybe things didn't go great for him there, but he is happy to be a Laker, and that is so important. He is not running away from that like a lot of guys have. And like you said, he's completely matured on the court, off the court. And I'm so glad to have him.
And I think it's cool to see, like, we haven't really relied on him. Like we don't need to rely on D'Lo to like put up 20 points, 30 points. But I think that's in him. So I think when we get to the playoff, if a team game plans like no one's coming into the paint, D'Lo or maybe AD, they got those like jump shots that they can step into, and maybe create some space for the people. So I'm excited for those games. When you get the ice in my veins, D'Lo will be back, I think, soon.
Yeah, such a bonus.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think just to close it, Beasley kind of came back, hit 3 for 4 from 3. Finally, got to see him. He got to see some shots fall for him.
I did hear Lakers fans went on to his Instagram post and talked to him on his kid's birthday post.
Yeah, that's a really bad look. Those people are not representative of all Laker fans. No. Those people are children. They are not Laker fans.
But yeah, good game. With this game, we get up to over 500. We're 39 and 38. We can do a quick standing. So the Lakers, as of today, Sunday. So the game was on Friday, but now we had a day where we were at seventh. Pelicans won yesterday, so now they're at half a game ahead of us. But we own the tiebreaker over them in case we're both at the same score or same standing. We own the tiebreaker there. I think looks like we're one game behind the Clippers, but I'm not sure what that matchup looks like and who owns the tiebreaker there. I don't know if you guys know that.
They have the tiebreaker. We've lost to them mostly this. Haven't won against them.
Okay, so there's one more game. Probably doesn't matter then. Is that right? Okay, all right. So we can hope that they keep dropping.
Yeah, and we take care of business.
We got to take care of that. Nothing else matters. Yeah,
we don't own the only team that we own the tiebreaker against Warriors, Pelicans, Thunder. If we're tied with them, take them. But we don't have the tiebreaker that we're in.
Yeah. But if we can beat the Jazz, we beat the Rockets today. Wednesday's game against the Clippers is for sixth, essentially.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if that depends. How much of it depends on what the Warriors do, but we got to play like it depends on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, if it came down to it, I'd rather see the Warriors in the playoffs than the Clippers. Just because we beat the Warriors. We beat the Warriors.
I know.
And we have the size against them. We can't necessarily say that we have the size against them.
I would agree with it. I just worry about the Draymond against AD matchup. That's the matchup that I feel like AD should have that in the bag, but for some reason, like Draymond just has his number, and he's not even as big.
Draymond's a smarter player than AD.
I think so. Like he just has that where you can't really move him on his base, and then Draymond has like the quick hands to like maybe swat a ball away, not let him get comfortable in the paint. But the Clippers are going to be hard on the guards. So I don't know. Both matchups kind of suck from
whoever we line up with next to us on the standings. The one, if we both win, is the one we're playing. Right? That's how it works.
If it's a play-in, 7 plays 8 and 9 plays 10, and the winner of each plays each other.
After the play-in, like if we're 8th, play the Nuggets, and 7th plays. So it brackets up, right? So whoever the 7th and 8th place, if they keep winning, they'll play each other. Finals.
Yeah, yeah. So in the play-in right now, we'd be playing the Pelicans, but I think things need to shake out. On the road, we play on the road. Yeah. The Wolves dropped down to 9th, Thunder 10th, and then the Mavericks are continuing to fall, which is wild to me. That's crazy.
They were a force for. I don't watch their game.
They traded all their defenders away. It seems.
You want to know what the problem is?
Yeah,
Jason Kidd.
Really?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Jason Kidd coming to the team. I don't think he's the best coach. I think he was okay with Giannis when they were in Milwaukee, but I just don't think he's like that smart of a coach, to be honest. But and to get let go of Rick Carlisle and get Jason Kidd, I think that was a stupid move.
Yeah.
Kidd is good at player development, but when you talk about in-game calls, rotations, strategy, that's a Carlisle thing. That's not a Kidd thing.
I mean, that sounds like equal criticism. Darvin Ham.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I think he has improved lately though. In the recent future, I've been questioning him a little less. I mean, also it's because we're healthy and our lineups are just looking more in sync.
I think we got to do I don't know if you guys want to do an end of season scorecard, but I think that would be fun to do. Or we could do an end of the year scorecard after the playoffs are all done. But we can figure that out.
We can do end of regular season because once they go to playoffs, that's a whole nother
Yeah.
They approach the game differently.
And that's with shorter rotations too,
Yeah.
less mix and
Oh.
match.
More line
All
change.
right. I know the line changes are weird when we get all the starters are out, all the bench guys come in, and they're like,
This
okay, yeah,
this ain't
they're
hockey.
not even warmed up. Exactly.
I know, right?
Exactly.
Like they're all coming out their sweats. Like I'm in.
Yeah. All right. 39-38. 5 more games to go. Today, in a few hours, we're going up at Houston. Then we're going to go at Utah, and then at LA, but it's kind of like a home game anyway. Then Clippers. Yeah, of course, it's a home game. We know this.
Yeah.
Then home against the Suns, and then home against the Jazz. I don't know what you guys think about these next few games, but I think we own our own destiny here.
Yeah. We're healthy. We own our own destiny. I think we definitely can go 5-0. But I don't know if we will go 5-0 because even when we're clicking, we'll have that one game, like that home game against the Bulls. That doesn't go well at all from start to finish. We'll have that game like the Mavericks game that we lose, in the end. So yes, we just got up above 500. We're doing well past 20 games. I don't want to be too cocky about saying yes, we're going to go 5-0.
My weird superstitious brain shouldn't lose either game. Shouldn't lose either game.
Avoid the play-in because that's 2 more games you got to play. Let's say you win the first one, then you got to play the second game, and then you start the first round. So avoid the play-in because that's 2 more games you don't want.
If we were to lose to one of them,
yeah,
which one would be better if we lost?
Maybe Jazz because they're more out of it, and we're 1 game behind the Clippers.
Yeah,
you catch them. They send them to the play-in. We get the week off.
All right, we feel good about the Jazz winning that game.
I mean, if everyone's playing and everyone's healthy,
everyone's playing, yeah,
we win that.
Clippers. Game. All right, then next one against the Clippers, 3rd game in the final game in the road trip, which is at home. I think we win. I think we go 3-3. Rahi, I don't know what you think.
No, I think we beat the Clippers. PG is out. Westbrook is not going to have another 36-point game like he had against the Grizzlies. So
was he 5 for 5 from 3?
Something like that. So he's met his quota for the month, and he's not going to do that again. I think on Wednesday. And then we got the Suns. Suns are essentially locked into 4th. They can't get to 3rd or the 5th, I believe. So who knows if they keep out Durant or Booker or what that looks like, or if they want to be full steam. I don't know about that one. Yes, we beat them handily last time without Durant.
Ayton's back. I don't think Ayton was in the last one.
That's true too. But so LeBron wasn't either.
I think we lose the Suns game. So we go 3-1. David, what was your prediction?
I think we lose.
Rahi, you also think we lose the Suns?
We lose the Sun game if they play full strength. Because something's got to give. I don't want to be cocky enough to say we're gonna go 5-0.
Okay.
So 4-1 for me. I'll go with 4-1.
Losses for.
So you think most likely will be 7th or 8th?
Yeah,
I think
that's the 6. The 6 is tight. Because not only do we have to win, those teams have to lose.
Clippers and Warriors. Yeah.
We can take a look at the Clippers schedule.
The Clippers have the same amount of losses as we do. They have 2 more wins, so they have 2 games in hand. Or we have 2 games in hand.
Clippers are us, Trailblazers.
Oh, I think they could go 3-0.
They could. If the Suns play their players, they can. I think they'll beat the Clippers. Blazers have already given up.
Probably just their lineup.
A better outcome, a more easier outcome would be if the Warriors continue to drop, because we're 1.5 games back from them, but they play at Denver, then home against OKC, and then at Sacramento. So they have 3 potential playoff teams that they're playing against, and 2 of the better Western Conference games or teams. Then they finish at Portland, which hopefully, most likely is a win for them, but If they can go 2-2, that helps us a lot.
That'll put them at 39 losses. We're at 38 right now. That's
Speaking of
given if they
Portland,
do lose too.
I just saw a that Damian. Yeah,
I just think for a long time he has been most Laker fans' favorite non-Laker player.
Yes,
He is definitely my
100%.
favorite. One, because of how he plays. Two, because this guy has honor and character. And for me, he has a big Raiders tattoo, and that goes a long way.
oh, he's from.
I
Yeah,
Yeah, he's from Oakland. I do feel like if he is on the block, the Lakers are gonna do whatever they can to get him, and it's gonna be D'Lo shipped out again, which
no,
sucks. But I think he's the only guy that I would, maybe I'll be okay with that if it's Damian.
On a
that would
super.
have to be yes. So he makes probably double what D'Lo would make. That would have to be a sign and trade, I think.
Even
Of
if we
D'Lo
sign and
wanting
trade
to go to
all of our,
Portland.
if we sign and trade all of our guys, we would still need to take like some sort of discount his next contract
Yeah,
with us. We cannot afford to. We'd have to get
no.
rid of Austin because that kid is
You
so
think
good.
some random team's gonna give him 60 mil and he's gonna go?
No, well, thing is, we have the
He'll
right
go.
to match it. So like, we offer him a qualifying contract, and if another team offers him exorbitant amount, match that. But it's not evenly distributed across all the years.
Yeah,
It'll be the first 2 years will be our qualifying offer. After that, divided.
yeah,
So he'll jump from like a 15 million to like 30 million.
yeah. Poison pill. So
Yeah.
the other team that wants to give him the offer sheet, they'll they'll make their offer a certain way where it's hard for the Lakers to be like, oh, we got to give him 30 million that next season, but only 10 this. We can't match that.
So like his contract could look real good to us now.
I say give him what you can give him. He's hard to replace. He does everything. His chemistry is off the charts with the team. This would be worse than losing Caruso, I think. And I love
Oh yeah.
Caruso. This would hurt more.
Malik Beasley, keep his team option.
Yes, he is a trade asset. I don't think you give him
I'm
up
fine
for
with
the
that.
salary cap relief. He is a trade asset, whether it's in
So
the summer or mid-season.
think that's something you would offer him multi-year.
Not at this point.
For Beasley, no.
So you'd rather pay him now for that and let him go after.
Yeah.
From
If
from the little that I know, it's like we don't have a lot of money to sign new guys, so we have to keep
yeah,
as many as we can.
Mhm.
No, but
I'll give
even
him
if we give him a new contract, he's still the same
Oh,
guy. So he doesn't count against like a cap for. So we're re-signing him, but just not
against
under
the
the same.
tax.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. No, I give him a chance to come into a training camp, earn his role again, fit in a little better, because I think he needs that. He wasn't like plug and play like Vanderbilt and D'Lo. He's had a couple great games, but
Yeah.
I think he needs another chance to prove himself and to fit in with this squad. And then if he does well, okay, let's see if we can reward him.
I mean,
If
it's a
not,
big
maybe
adjustment
that's a trade chip. It is,
for
but
for
some people need
for,
time.
for him. It was a huge adjustment coming from when he was at Utah, right?
Utah, and before that, Minnesota, and before
Yeah,
that, I think Denver.
like just coming from
Yeah.
that situation, and it's like you have to perform night in, night out. That's big for anyone.
I think it's pretty safe to say Lonnie probably won't come back. Of
Yeah.
all of the guys, he's probably the one that him, Reed, might not come back unless it just makes sense for the salary and roster construction. But
Or Brown Jr.
He has
yes,
really grown on me.
you gotta
Yeah.
keep him.
I do hope he stays.
How much can we pay him?
I don't think so. I don't think
How much is he worth?
I
He's
think he's
getting a
worth a
minimum
lot.
this year. I say he's worth 5 a year. Just guessing, just spitballing, just what feels right to me. I'd say 5.
Yeah, with bringing back D'Lo, Reeves, the one I'm nervous about is Schroeder. I really love Schroeder. I would love to keep those 3 guards in
Yeah.
LA.
Speaking of Schroeder, he's really filled into that Rondo role of a couple years ago. He has been
Yeah.
playing so well. He's been playing like a defensive back in some games on defense. Like he's hustling.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
chasing a running back the other day.
Yeah. That
And
was. I love that play.
I didn't like him when we had him 2 years ago. I didn't think he played great. And after he didn't play great, to my opinion, he turned down the 84, and I said, "Oh my, you turned down 84 to the Los Angeles Lakers? Who are you?"
Yeah.
And then he goes to the Boston Celtics. After disrespecting the Lakers, he does it again and goes to the Boston Celtics. And I think he got a Celtics tattoo. I think.
No.
I think
way.
he did. I remember
No
seeing
way.
something like that. I remember seeing something like that. Let me double check myself, and I'll confirm on the next pod. But he came back, put his head down. He's running around like there's a $84 million bag at the end of the road. And
Nope.
I am so happy to watch him play right now.
He did get a Celtics tattoo.
Better wash that shit off. That shit better be a temporary tattoo.
Yep. So there's a current Laker player with a Celtics tattoo, but he's playing his ass off for the Lakers right now. And he
Okay.
I haven't been in a situation like this with Schroeder. I love you, I hate you kind of thing. So
I mean, he's literally in the Rondo role.
He's literally Rondo.
He's literally Rondo.
Once they socked CP3, he was a Laker. That green came off of him.
One guy that I've been keeping my eye on too is Max Christie, just to see how he's doing in the G League. But he's playing well, man. I'm excited for him next year. Looking forward to him being probably just taking over the Lonnie role, maybe hopefully get more minutes. But he's looked good. He just needs to get stronger and more experience.
Yeah.
Our three young guys, right? Cole, Max, and Scottie Pippen Jr.
Yeah.
Either we have to give them contracts, or I don't know if they'll take two ways again.
They might. They haven't really proven themselves this year, so.
Well, other teams might take them. You know.
They might. All those guys might still end up on our summer league and end up again as two-way though. So
I think
kind of depends.
I think Pippen I don't see him as an NBA player. I see him as either I think him as a great G League guy or someone just to round out the bench, but I don't see him as like a big NBA role player.
Unless he has some great development, growth coming down the line.
He has talent. He's just too undersized. He's just too small.
What about Cole?
I don't know much about Cole, but if he's our 3-point specialist type of guy, maybe he could be worth something. But I don't really have. He's not a priority.
From the summer league, and even preseason, I thought he would really get some time with us. He did start off the season with the injury, but he is a bullseye shooter, and he's not scared to shoot. LeBron passes him the ball. Anyone passes him the ball, he's not passing it back. He's going to shoot that three.
Touching more.
Yes, I think we have to try to keep him.
Try to keep him at his $8-9 million number. I don't know if some team swoops in with like 15 or more.
He's gonna want more.
Like that. But is there more available for him? I don't think so. Maybe he does a 2-year contract.
I just think if we can't keep him, then we have to get some sort of sign and trade, or we're going to end up with some vet power forward that just can't do enough. Yeah. Like I think I'd rather overpay for him.
Yeah, I don't want another 1-year special guy.
We traded 3 second-round picks for him. Like they had to have thought about what they would. They have to have some plan.
That was the 3 second-round picks we got from Thomas Bryant trade. And I think Genie just needs to get into the tax again because we got something.
Yeah, we do have something, and it's a little different than the Warriors are playing like $500 million.
Yeah, we're not saying Genie go. Not much into the tax, just.
And I think the CBA, I think the new rules. I'm not sure when that kicks in, but I think if you're like the top tier luxury tax team, like top tier of luxury tax teams or scale, you cannot sign buyout free agents after the CBA.
Oh,
so that's a rule to help those teams that are already spending a lot and they want to get buyout players. They are going to be X'd out of that. They're not going to be able to do that.
That's a good rule.
Yeah, so that's like I think that's I'm not sure if that's agreed upon, but that was something that I saw like online the other day. Like they're trying to get to an agreement. All right. I think we can close there.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. That does it for today's show. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more Lakers content. Right. Peace.
ya.